Hi, doctor. Are you currently seeing patients with shoulder pain? What about frozen shoulder? What if I could teach you a neurological treatment system in which you could literally take a person from frozen shoulder to a full range of motion in 2 visits? And this system is so powerful that we guarantee results in 2 visits, or we don't accept the patient for care. Hi, I'm Dr. Andy Barlow. I'm a board certified chiropractic neurologist. I also carry a fellowship in functional neurology, and every Wednesday night at 5 p.m., I'm giving a 1-hour seminar free of charge. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help your community. I'm here to help our profession go to the next level. I personally look forward to seeing you every Wednesday night. I want to completely change your life and change your community's life. And I can help you do that because I've helped hundreds, if not thousands, of doctors from Europe to Canada, all the way to New Zealand with these types of health issues. Okay? So I look forward to seeing you Wednesday night at 5 p.m. Central on the webinar. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing you on the internet.
Probably have an old school website, just like this old school Voltron from the 80s. Here's the thing, video websites are dominating the entire internet right now, but only 3% of people have video websites. What is a video website? When there's continual movement. The beautiful thing about continual movement is that when you have movement, it keeps the buyer wanting to stay on the website. Here's the beautiful thing. If you look here at Dr. Mo's website, he is dominating. His website's everywhere. Not only that, but he's omnipresent. It's about time to get you out of the static world websites where they don't move, doesn't do anything for you, but come into the video websites where we dominate Google and get you omnipresent. It's time to step in the future of marketing. Make sure you click on the button at the bottom for a consultation, and we'll get back with you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Anthony with Edge on Regenerative Medicine Show. I'm excited today because we have a special guest, Dr. Spencer Torres. How are you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. Awesome. The company, Resonance Family Chiropractic, is resonating.
I love it.
We're getting the vibes, man. So,
man, I love it. Love it. So speaking of vibes, we're going to be talking about something really important today and beyond. Doesn't matter what time we're at. You know, we're going to talk about the nervous system. We're going to also hit on a couple subjects of, about, your thoughts on this pandemic that we're going through and how to handle that. And before we go into this, I just want to let you know, everyone, that it's about helping one person at a time. And by you guys sharing this video, even you doctors out there and people who are non-doctors, we're here to help you, whether it be with your spine, whether it be with neuropathy, whether it be with even your immune system. So remember this, everyone, share it out there in internet land, and caring is sharing, because one video can change one person's life. So with that being said, Dr. Spencer, talk to us. Let's talk about the nervous system.
All right, man. Well, here's the basic story. Your body is encased in a spinal canal, as we were talking about earlier. And you've got your brain and you've got your spinal cord, which encases your nervous system. And as a tree has roots, same story with your body. And those roots, those nerves, they go everywhere. They innervate everything and they control everything from the tip of your head to the tip of your toes. So here's where a lot of chiropractic gets subluxated or stuck, is right. People come in with back pain and that becomes this obsession, and it's just a pain clinic and a pain this and a pain that. Pain is simply an indicator. It points you in a direction, and it's more like a red flag than something to hang your hat on. So we get people chasing pain their whole career, whereas pain's only a part of the story. It's one piece of the pizza. There's right. Motor nerves that are involved on top of the sensory nerves that are making you feel. Your motor nerves make you move. And that's where the posture, fatigue, stress on the body comes in, tight muscles. And then there's this whole third piece that seems to be lost in the last couple of years, especially with the pandemic going on. And that's called your autonomic part of your nervous system. So autonomic basically means, how's your immune system functioning? Are you having issues handling, the day in and day out, the sickness, the colds, the flus? Do you have allergies and sinus problems? Are you having inflammation everywhere? Do you have digestive issues and a bunch of food allergies? And so this is the thing that people aren't realizing, that things that lead to asthma, things that lead to food, allergies and irritabilities and digestive Crohn's disease, autoimmune diseases, IBS, things of that nature. If you just take care of the body and really get to literally the root of the problem, you take a stress off in the nervous system and you literally take multiple stressors away, the body becomes de-stressed and thus doesn't have any problems. It's a dis-ease process that causes disease.
I love it. So you mentioned the root of the problem. So if I were to come into your office, how would we focus on the root of that problem?
So recently I've instilled the most up-to-date technology that exists within the chiropractic world, and a series of 3 machines put together a really great insight as to what's going on with your nervous system. So as a scuba diver could dive under the Titanic and check out the iceberg's shape, size, length, and depth, and maybe course the Titanic through the field without it hitting a problem head on and getting sunk to the bottom of the ocean. The nervous system scanner, called the neuroscanner, tests a thermography, which is a heat reading, 1,000 infrared pictures a second, reads the heat signals coming off your spine. And of course, as blood flow goes through arteries, veins, and organs, it's painting a picture of what's going on with your organ systems. So you've got that base layer, which lays underneath a muscular layer. So then you've got your neuromuscular scanner. It's a surface EMG. Really cool, reading literal millivolts coming out of your spine.
So it shows you inflammation and where it's at?
It's color-coded and everything. So like normal is white, a pinch or hypoesthesia or less than it should be is yellow. Mild severity is green, moderate's blue, severe is red, and extremely subluxated is black lines.
Wow. So would you say that let's say if somebody comes in, they're having pain here, it'll probably also show you where the pain is also in the body, but they don't know it yet.
It's so cool. Almost the most value derives in its ability to be an educational piece and link us two together, the patient and the doctor. Because as I was saying earlier, a lot of this stuff gets lost in translation and you're just like, here, just sit down and let me crack your neck. And then people are like, no, not a chance, buddy. I've seen the Jackie Chan movie. It's not happening. Yeah. But you can sit down with the person and really explain hey, I'm going to take you through this course of action. We're going to find literal the root of your problem, lay your thermal scan over your muscular scan, show where you're tight, pinched, all this stuff. Then we do our third scan. Wow. This is an EKG machine. You literally stick your fingers in it and it reads your heart rate over the series of 3 minutes. All of the, minimal electrical signals that are reading your heart rate and the QRS scans and all of the parts of the, physiology that help doctors to see what's going on with your heart. This creates a picture like a bullseye of how much energy do you have from 0 to 100 and what's your shift from left to right. Are you fight or flight mode like the zebra running from the lion? Or are you rest and digest mode like you're stuck in the mud and you can't get up and go? Any deviation from the norm is going to draw, you into something abnormal state. And it's that simple, man.
I'm amazed. Wow, I like that. I'm kind of jealous because my chiropractor doesn't do that.
You can get on it, man. I can hook him up with it. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about that. What would be the difference between a chiropractor just doing a X-ray than with what you're offering? What are is there a major difference or just a little bit of difference?
There's a marked difference. I value X-rays in that they do show, there's techniques like Gonstead that diagnose off an X-ray. So in a way you can see a spinal misalignment, but in the same sentence, the inner reliable examiner, reliability is way off. 10 guys see 10 different things. And again, the ability of you to take the X-ray itself with the patient not moving and in the right position. There's a lot of variables. And this is almost like a triple layer. So you turn it sideways and you're going 4 layers deep, looking at more than just how are the bones, but where's the torque on the nervous system? Where's your thermal scans? Where's your energy scans? How much energy is this person having? And then you overlay that with their history and you can get the whole picture. It even points where to adjust.
That's
so a lot of these pictures, a heat scan will indicate somebody's leaning away, and on the other side there will be a pinch in the nervous system. You can see literally a kinked hose. Unkink it and you turn normalcy to the system. So then you put all these plans together and you get a score, 0 to 100. Anything up to an 80, you would indicate a care plan for that person. At 80, you're into 2 times a month, as you said, getting adjusted by your chiropractor into maintenance care, which is where everyone wants to be.
Well, I mean, the problem that I'm seeing, I mean, I don't like to always say the problem, but I always look at a solution. The
Yeah.
problem that I'm seeing in today's just the care model, you know, you have a lot of doctors that give you that little white bag and send you off. And
Right.
they're just patching the pain, but they're not taking care of the actual where the root is, as you would say. And the sad part is that we're giving these pills out
Candy.
like candy, literally, and it's literally killing us. And I wish that more people would realize that chiropractors do more than just pop backs, a lot more, and that this is our investment. Once we look at this as an investment, our entire life starts to change. You know, we look at an investment policy as us working, building up our money, and then near the end of our life, we're basically working to get our health.
Exactly.
So it's really we're doing it backwards instead of saying, you know what, I need to, you know, take care of my spine. Now that we're talking on the spine, why is it so important to not only be seeing a chiropractor, whether it be you or whether it be somebody else? Why is it important to keep that spine strong and checked on at least once a month?
Because the strains and everything that happens within daily life, especially in the 21st century, so different than back when we all lived in the horse and buggy. I mean, literally just getting an Instagram account and going on it during the day and being a teenager will depress you because you're constantly comparing yourself against other people, not to mention the terrible posture you're in, constantly going like this. And then you got your book bag, and then you're typing, and then you're a server after that at work. Literally, we get built to break down, and we just curl forward until our posture just goes poof.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's just, again, life strains, you know? You can never guarantee how stressed out you're going to be, and stress is the thing that's killing people. People aren't understanding that stress puts literal stress on the physiology of the body that causes enough tension to cause a subluxation, which then causes stress again, and then it becomes a cyclical pattern that stress and subluxation are causing each other, and unless you remove them, then they keep feeding on each other and you just keep breaking down farther and farther.
And so, but the best way to remove them would be
get adjusted, remove an interference,
exactly.
and watch the body flow. You know, stagnant water doesn't create life. Stagnant water grows algae and mosquitoes. You know, watch a river flow and boom, the life comes back. So you just got to keep the body flowing and moving, and lack of movement is atrophy. And anything other than that is giving you, you know, back the energy that you need. So, you know, and again, it's more than just like not being hurt. You can become the ultimate fullest expression of your genetic potential if you get adjusted in the proper manner.
Yeah, I love it. And what's very interesting is a lot of people don't know, because there's a lot of people that have insurance.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize that their actual insurance covers 10
to 12
adjustments, you know, a year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, you have insurance for a reason.
Yeah. We're even at a point where we're letting people turn in super bills after they've paid us to just look at a reimbursement, even though I'm not an insurance accepting chiropractor. We just super bill them, and if they see fit, then they'll just be like, okay, covered it, done.
Right.
So that's a cool thing too.
But the good thing about what you do, I'm sure that you have specials where, hey, you know, that's the great thing. So it's still almost kind of like insurance, because I looked at the difference, because I have insurance.
Yeah.
You know, the way I look at it, if I'm spending $1,000 a month on insurance, I better take advantage of what I have on everything. And what I noticed is that it's actually pretty close without insurance and with insurance. So
what you end up doing is, you know, you compete for business, and so a lot of the times you can offer a rate that's a fair price for a person and really basically give back to them out of the kindness of your own heart, and you end up matching the insurance adjustment, you know, price anyways, and then you actually remove them from the equation, and the whole process works better. They're not there to make the process work better. They're there to get a cut of it and take your money during the 90 days that they have with it to work with it. You know, they're not adjusting. They're not doctors. They don't really have diagnostic capabilities. They're just making the numbers run. So, take them out of the equation, things actually work faster.
So I have a really good question. And what are your thoughts right now on this, you know, pandemic? What are your not just your thoughts, but what are your suggestions?
Well, my thoughts and suggestions are just that, you know, as we were discussing, we've been hitting the immune system before it was cool. So the whole principle of why we're still open is just that. And so a lot of people get stuck in this fear mode where they're like, well, I'm afraid to go out, even though the very fabric and framework of your job is to make me healthier. And so, really our job needs to be to sort of break the mold and also respect people at the same time. So take your precautions, sanitize your tables as you should be doing anyway, wear gloves, if when you see fit, make sure your patients are spaced evenly and properly. If somebody needs you to wear a mask, or they want to wear a mask, or they, want to, have that certain type of piece of respect for that certain family member, absolutely. But the ultimate thing needs to be decisions made on love and not fear, because that's what makes the world go round. And ultimately, your mind is the most powerful tool that builds the health within you. If you have a fearful mindset and you're scared all the time, your physiology is going to act scared and going to break down. You're not going to have a strong immune system. Immunity is built from within. And kids that eat dirt, proverbially, are stronger than those that are sanitized their whole lives. You can't put a kid in a bubble and expect them to build anything that's worth, living on its own. I mean, that's certainly not going to be the case. So as you were saying, kids getting on, anxiety and depression medications and like Miralax and pantoprazole and all this crazy stuff for, digestive issues, when you can simply get adjusted and get the pipes flowing. It's serious. It doesn't really require a doctor thought process to put it together. If your back and your neck's all jacked up, how are you going to sleep? If you can't sleep, how are you going to grow? You take the stress away, you go to sleep, you grow. Boom. Chiropractic helps you with health. The end. And it's the beginning.
I love it, man. You're like the end. It is what it is. So let's say there's a lot of people right now that are looking at getting supplements for their body.
Okay.
And you and I know that a lot of these supplements that we buy at the little box store, like Target, no pun intended, Target. Actually, I do. It's pun intended.
Yeah.
Target, Walmart, and all these places, they have this vitamin D and vitamin C, but there's only just a few strands. It's not, the rest is just a bunch of fillers. We all know. What do you recommend where we can, is there a place that you would recommend that we can purchase these type of things for our body?
Yeah, absolutely. And, not to push my own agenda or toot my own horn, but that's the very reason why chiropractors should go one step farther and offer nutraceutical nutrition, which is from companies that supplement for doctors. They've got the CGMP certifications. They're in the FDA facilities. They got the registered trademark products, and they're choosing from thousands of ingredients. And often, my multivitamin has like 12 patents in it, really? Yikes. So these are things that you can build with companies that work with doctors. And then I went ahead and went a couple steps further and created my own vegan protein, bone and joint collagen supplement, and anti-stress supplements that contain adaptogens or herbs from, old herbal Chinese and Siberian medicines. This stuff works. So, for example,
where can we get this at? I'm on.
So, all right. Well, I do have a website. So resonancenutrition.com, RESONANCE. That is my website where you can pick up the vegan protein. That is honestly one of the best products I've checked out over the last few years. I worked out and ate a lot of whey protein, which has milk in it. And milk usually isn't digestible by people, causes a lot of allergies and reactions and mucus and inflammation buildup. So the vegan protein is like 140 calories, has 24 grams of protein, and boasts adaptogens Bacopa and Siberian ginseng, which help your mind, clarity, lower inflammation, help your bones get stronger, and help reduce stress and anxiety.
Wow. Cool. So how did you get on this path? I could tell this is a path that you got on, and almost like a vision quest for just the purity of what we're putting into our bodies. How did you get into that?
I was spinning my wheels, wasting a lot of money, trying super hard to get healthy, and all while going through school. And, the place I was just hanging my hat on was like a GNC Complete Nutrition. And it's just, dude, it's run-of-the-mill stuff. People make products green because green sells, but, green dye also creates like neurological disorders, and blue dye creates, can cause like impotency issues and all sorts of stuff. Red dye, check out the celery experiment, like kills it in a day. So, I realized that a lot of this industry fillers is simply for sales. And when you put magnesium stearate in your pills, and you're, putting like all of these dyes and microcrystalline cellulose and a whole bunch of non-absorbable vitamins that don't go well together, that's when you start wasting your money and people start saying supplements don't work. So
how
did
you notice it worked for you though? Like I see you had that aha moment, but when you started creating your own supplements. How did you notice it started working for you? How did it make you feel?
Oh man. I mean, when you take out a lot of the products that are causing blockage in your body and you just limit the ingredients and go down from like 20 to like 10 ingredients in a supplement, it just flows more naturally. Your digestive system works better. You just go for long times, like the Energizer Bunny, on like long runs and walks and climb up mountains and don't really trip when you're not even hungry. Dude, it's crazy. Like, it's the only protein I've been able to drink and then work out without making my stomach hurt.
Nice.
And I've made it into waffles and pancakes and muffins just to see what I could do with it. Mix it with like avocados and bananas to make like ice cream out of it, and you can use it as like food source. So, you know, I mean, one of my best friend's uncle is 73 right now, hired me for a couple of years, and he's been in it for 45 years. So he made supplements himself.
No
So
way.
he got me started on like, yo, man, nutrition is life for people. And if you can dial in nutritional protocols for people that are dealing with, you know, sickness and instabilities of energy and digestion, you can help people a lot more than simply with chiropractic. And you put them together and it's a powerhouse, man.
Well, I love it. So would you also say, I'm just going to throw this out there, that the powder that you created, what is it called?
It's Resonance Nutrition's Clean Vegan Protein.
Love it. Ooh, I love the vegan's great.
Yeah.
So with that being clean, would you say that will help your immune system?
You know, I would say that there are definite benefits to the vegan protein. It's primarily made of pea protein, flaxseed, quinoa, cocoa, powdered peanut butter, monk fruit, a little bit of stevia, and then, you know, the adaptogens, and whether it's vanilla, chocolate, peanut butter, whatever. So that would be an immune system booster. I have a lot more products. Phytogreen's Tidal Wave is a product that I have, which contains spirulina, chlorella, and then also has about 40 different berries in it. So that's a really big booster to the immune system. Non-digestible, or like prebiotics, non-dairy probiotics, a couple of those things. And then oat beta-glucans, which is a long-chain sugar to help your immune system digest sugars slowly and just handle them well. So that's a really good one. And then I use a branched-chain amino acid with vitamin C and sodium and potassium when I work out. And again, for the system right now, that's a big immune booster with the amount of vitamin C that's in the product itself.
Wow. But we can also get pure vitamin C from your store?
Vitamin C is in the branched chain amino acid complex. So it comes with sodium, potassium, vitamin C, isoleucine, leucine, valine, and citrulline malate, which opens up your blood vessels so it can all flow through nicely.
Man, I might, when we get off here, I'm gonna have to go buy some stuff from you. I'm not joking.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have a heyday. You don't even know.
Absolutely. A lot of times when I'm going on like low-cal stuff, I just survive off the supplements and my energies goes through the roof. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, looks like I'll be buying, and then we might have to get back on there. I'll talk about it.
Right.
Fun. Doctor, thank you so much. I just wanted to say I appreciate you. And if you don't mind just giving a shout out to where you're from and where people can find you, that'd be great.
Absolutely, man. I operate out of Parkville, Missouri. So the greater side, right over the river, actually. So all the Kansas City folks in Kansas and Missouri, it's basically right in the middle, just north of the river. You know, I've been in Kansas City for almost 10 years. I'm a KU, you know, an alumni, and then went to Cleveland Chiropractic College. So shout out to Cleveland Chiropractic College for hooking me up with my degree and teaching me so many of the great things that I've learned about health and wellness over the years. So yeah, hit me up, and we are definitely out there working again today and tomorrow.
I love it. You are an awesome. We are excited to have doctors like yourself that you really care, and that's very. And I'm going to say it. I always say no pun intended, but there's always a pun with me. You know, there's very few doctors that you see and you can feel their energy and their vibe that they really care about helping people. And, you know, I don't believe it's by mistake that, you know, God put these chiropractors together with healing hands and also with nutrients to help us out. Anyways, thank you so much, Dr. Torres, and God bless you all. And remember, sharing is caring, my friends. Share this. Let's help people. And make sure you check out a store. The website's down at the bottom. If you want to give them a call, phone number's on there. God bless you all.